We recognised that there were some great systems around the world, particularly Lodi rules in California that's been running for a number of years, and sustainable wine grow in New Zealand. We wanted to work on a system that growers could use that was a peer-reviewed, independently reviewed, and a system that would also evolve over time, that as the standards raised amongst growers, the system could evolve as well. So we started a program to pull together the world's best systems and came up with generational farming. It was oversubscribed by growers in its first year, and then we brought on a full-time employee, and she's managed the system to, is now called Sustainable Wine Growing McLaren Vale. And it's a system that allows growers to measure their own performance, then to be independently audited. It's a system that exceeds the equivalence criteria of Entwine and some other systems, and it allows growers to be judged to be sustainable over time as they improve their performance.
So this year in 2012, what are the key benchmarks for sustainability? What are you auditing? What are you measuring?
So we manage water conservation, soil management, pest and disease management, waste management, and continuing education. And continuing education is a very important part of it because growers continually improving their practices.
Well, Entwine, tell me what Entwine means.
Entwine is a system set up with Winemakers Federation of Australia.
Yep.
And it's a similar system that runs in parallel. We've worked on our own regional system that's much more detailed for wine growers, but it's also a system we're happy to share with other regions as well. So any other wine region in Australia can call us up and say, can we use your system?
So I get the sense of this that there is great cooperation. I mean, different wine growers and winemakers locally obviously are in commercial competition with each other, but the story you're telling me gives me a sense that there's this great kind of almost camaraderie of people prepared to pitch in, work together and work for a sustainable future. Is that an accurate description here?
Most definitely. You know, people say, what's the character of McLaren Vale? Is it the coast? Is it the soil? Well, in actual fact, its unique character is the cooperation between growers, winemakers, restaurants, and also when it comes to lobbying and working together. A great sense of community, which means that the improvements that we can make on a local and regional level are much greater than you would without the cooperation.
Finally, if we talk a bit about organic and biodynamic wine, there's a great deal in food production. There's been a great deal of debate about how sustainable organic food production actually is in terms of ecological impacts and things like that going forward. Is organic wine important, and is biodynamic wine important? Is this going to be a growth market for the industry in the future?
We're certainly seeing some long-established organic vineyards in McLaren Vale and an increasing growth of biodynamic vineyards in McLaren Vale. We're very aware through the systems we've put in place about the impact we have on the environment, the use of agrochemicals. We are certainly seeing that there is a demand for organic and biodynamic product. That being said, the difference between organic and biodynamic food production and conventional agriculture is becoming closer as we have fewer and fewer inputs into vineyards. So we're taking a much softer approach to food production than we would have 10 years ago.
Is it worth it to go down the organic path?
I think what we've seen with some of the organic and biodynamic growers is they're spending more time in their vineyards, they're taking much more care with what they're doing. That being said, while there's described as some brightness that you would see with biodynamic wines, I think there are some outstanding wines in McLaren Vale. You really need to come down and be the judge yourself.
Good answer. You're a smart prick. Now, I'm just thinking,